Hi everybody, how are you all doing today? Welcome to Jamgirl Smith. If you were just browsing and you stumbled on my channel, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the family. If you are my old subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for always watching, liking, sharing, and most importantly, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video for you entitled 5 Things I Love About Japan. Now you may ask, why Japan? Well, let me give you a little bit of background about me and my family. My husband is in the United States Armed Forces and we're a family of 4, and when you are in the military or the armed forces, you get to, live in different states, or you get to travel and live in different countries around the world. So currently we are stationed in Japan, and I have been living in Japan since 2018. So the question is, do you love it? And if you have watched my videos, you know what the answer is. I am going to say yes. I love living here in Japan. So I am going to be talking about the 5 things I love about Japan. Well, I could actually do more, but I am just going to stick with 5 things. And these 5 things are in no random order. So just to give you a little bit of insight, right? And also, I hope my Japanese friends who are watching this may not take offense to anything that I'm going to say, because this is just my perspective, okay? So somebody might say, you have been living here for so long and these are the only things you see to like. There are lots of things that I like, and also I will do another video about the 5 things I hate about Japan. All right, so without further ado, guys, let's get on into the video. Welcome back, guys. So the first thing that I like about Japan is the serenity of Japan overall. Now, what am I talking about? Whenever I walk off the base, or when I have to drive, to anywhere, be it a crowded area or just a plain old rural area, there's this calm that comes over me. And if I should list these or rate these from number 1 to 5, 1 being the most loved things, even though I said I was not going to rate this video, I would really have to say serenity. It's just a sense of calm that I feel or that I experience when I'm out and about, right? So it's just beautiful. It's just really, really lush and green. And then when you get to the rural parts of Japan, it's almost like you can touch the culture. You can touch the culture, and if you have traveled or visited here before, you will know what I'm talking about. I am from the islands and I love my country, Jamaica, right? But I feel like sometimes we as Jamaicans, we do not really appreciate what we have, right? We do not appreciate what we have. But here, whether it's in the rural areas, right, or in the urban areas, you can definitely see the difference. But it's just how people go about, adhering to the norms and the rules and all of those things that Japan has to offer, right? So the serenity of Japan in terms of landscape and just about everything else, I really like it. I enjoy it, and it reminds me of my homeland, Jamaica. All right. I made my notes, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at what I've written. All right. So the next thing I love about Japan is the fact that people mind their own business. I know I may, sound a little bit weird when I say that, but that is just my view, right? Don't forget, this is just my opinion and my view. Yeah, so I think that as a foreigner coming to Japan, I can be myself. I can be myself, and I am not worried that, oh, my neighbor is going to be looking at me weird, or, stuff like that. Excuse me. I feel like I can be myself without being judged. Okay. For example, it was a very, very weird feeling to me when I just got here. And I would see like a lady riding down the street in like high heels on a bike. High heels on a bike, or high heels with socks. Socks, stuff like that, at first it was just so weird to me, and I would find myself staring. But after a while, of being here, and then I immerse myself into the culture, I realize this is just their way of life. And even if it's like a young lady, I'm out and about, and I see these young ladies holding hands, maybe with their guy friends or boyfriends, husband, whomever it is. Some of them are in some long skirts, and they're in sneakers and socks, or sneakers and stockings, and I don't see anybody pointing and just laughing and stuff like that. So for me as a foreigner, if I step out, I am going to step out in something that I feel comfortable in, right? I am going to step out in something that I feel comfortable in, and I'm not worried that I'm going to be judged, right, based on my looks. And everywhere, don't get me wrong, everywhere you have people that is going to or they want to belittle you because of the color of your skin, maybe because of your hair, and people in general stereotype, you know what I mean? But I'm so grateful so far I have not experienced that. So once again, I'm just talking about my experience, right, from my stay here. And I don't know, but none of my family members have expressed that also, right? So I love the fact that people mind their own business, and as a foreigner I can be myself without having to think that I'm being judged for how I look and whatnot. And if anybody have experienced that, I'm so sorry, but for me, I have not experienced that as yet. All right. So the third thing I love about Japan is and this is one of maybe the most important, right? Not maybe my favorite, but most important. People follow rules. Let me repeat. The Japanese people follow rules. Now you might say, but people follow rules everywhere. Can I tell you? Here in Japan, it's on a different level. It's honestly on a different level. Now let me give you a few examples. When you're on the train, right? When you're on the train, I have been on the train in several different states, especially in New York, on the subway, and you hear all of the foolishness that goes on, and people are shouting, and the Jamaican them, you never send the money yet, huh? What go on? What you say? All right, when we come off I train, we call you back here, and all them something there. No, brother. Them something they not go on a Japanese train. No, it does not happen on a Japanese train. And I'm not saying that people are not talking, You may see two people, sitting together and they're talking, or they're standing and they're talking. but you can never figure out what they're trying to say, right? Because they are so discreet and they are so considerate of their neighbors. All right, so don't worry about that your neighbor is going to disturb you on the train. You know what most of these Japanese do when they go on the train? They sleep. They are sleeping. I don't know how they do it, but they are sleeping. They're standing up and they're sleeping. They're sitting down and they're sleeping. And I always wonder, I'm watching, and I'm saying, oh, maybe this person is going to, miss the stop or something. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. As soon as it gets to their stop, I don't know how they do it, but their eyes are open and they are getting off that train. All right, so that is one example of people, and it's so simple, of people following the rules, right? And also there's people don't normally eat on the train. So when you go on the train, the train is always just so clean. There's nothing on the floor. So as a foreigner, you may used to, having your kids just eating. I'm so sorry. Even for me, I have broken that rule because, when you're traveling with kids and whatnot, I don't like when my kids are hungry. So it doesn't matter where I'm at, I'm going to pop something out and I'm going to give it to them to eat. All right. But in general, I don't see anybody eating on the train, talking loudly on their cell phones or to their friends on the train. All right. There was also something I wanted to add about following the rules. And it's about wearing mask. Oh my God. Wearing masks. Now, when I just got here in Japan, coronavirus was not even a thing to be considered, right? But when I came here, almost everybody I saw was wearing a mask, and it was so strange to me. And then I Googled it, to figure out why Japanese people wear masks. And then I get to find out it's just a habit to keep them safe. Japan is a very, very busy place. You want to go to Tokyo and it's like an ant's nest. All right, and most times the trains are jam-packed. So people normally wear masks to keep themselves safe and stuff like that. All right, from all the germs that's flying around. All right. But now when it's corona, sometimes I make it a habit. Honestly, sometimes I make it a habit of just looking at everybody who is passing me on the street. Or I'm looking at everybody who's on the train. Everybody who is driving past me in their cars, and I'm watching to see. And can I tell you, maybe out of 20 people, you may see somebody not wearing one. Or out of 30 people, you may see somebody not wearing one. And I always say to myself, sometimes I watch the news or I will hear stories, right, in the States or back home in Jamaica, and people are having confrontations about not wearing the mask. I cannot understand it. I cannot understand why. I have been in a store before on base and I have the mask, but I pull it down and I didn't realize that the mask wasn't over my nose. I wasn't wearing it properly. And the person at the counter said to me, "Ma'am, can you please pull up your mask?" And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I pulled my mask up. Now, why would I want to fight that? Why would I want to fight that rule? All right? Same thing I'm talking about. Japanese people, they follow the rules. They know they are supposed to wear a mask. If I leave my mask, I'm going back. Of course, you're going to have unruly people. All right, but for the most part is what I'm saying. There's no confrontation about people wearing masks. Follow the rules. Follow the rules. Another thing I can appreciate about Japan when it comes on to rules and following them. And then another thing that was amazing, I'm gonna say amazing to me. People literally line up to get on the bus. What I say, people line up to get on the bus. All right, so if it's raining, whatever is happening, people are under their umbrella. Nobody is cutting the line. Nobody is cutting the line. I think that was one of the most amazing things I have seen when I came to Japan. All right, and sometimes you'll have 3 buses pulling up and everybody knows where he or she's getting on or coming off or whatnot, but nobody's pushing. Everybody's waiting their turn. Now where I grew up, that's a whole different story. If you're Jamaican and you have ever been to downtown or Montego Bay or Savlon Mar or any one of those places, you have to take the bus or maybe taxi, right? The conductors are broke off your hand to take your own luggage out of your hand. They will not give you the time to say, okay, they will not give you the chance to choose what transportation you want to go in. But here, order. So now, as a foreigner, right, you come here and you see people like, acting in that manner. Now, where you go with for your wayward self? What you think you go with your wayward self? I go push down the people then for going at the front of the line. No, you better hold your corner in the line where you belong. Alright, so I respect that. I respect that. And when I talk about Japan and its culture, these are the things that I really, really can appreciate. So whether you like it, yes or no, you have to adhere. If you don't want to adhere, go buy your own vehicle if you don't want to take public transportation. And follow the rules. Alright? The other thing, and this is so simple yet so important, whenever I see an escalator, all right, just as the cars drive on the left hand side, it's the same way the people go up and down stairs or on the escalator. Nobody. Well, I'm not gonna say nobody because, as I said, sometimes I break the rule, whatever, because we're just running, but we're running up and down the escalator just the same. But most times you see people going up, right? They're walking up the stairs in one area, all right? One area. They know that they're supposed to maybe enter on the left and then exit on the opposite side. So hardly anybody bumping into each other, if you know what I mean. All right, so that was like a small detail, but honestly I look at those things and I say, wow. So for me, like a foreigner coming here, and I've experienced different cultures, this is something very simple, yet I can appreciate it, if you get what I mean. All right, so definitely follow the rules, and I really, really like that. Can be a little bit annoying, like what I will discuss that in another video, but you get my point. Another thing I like is the obvious change of the seasons. Many places in the States, you can go and you can experience that also, but for me, Japan being an island, you're just expecting like all tropical, but as you have seen in my videos, some of the prefectures or experience heavy snow. for the most part, all of the areas are pretty chilly, but as far as snows are concerned, you may experience snow in, in one area and another area more than another area. And then when it's coming on to the spring, you can definitely see that, right? Because we have the cherry blossom that we can enjoy. Stuff like that. And I also have a video, one of my videos, expresses the beauty of the cherry blossom. All right, so now it's very, very cold now, and most of the trees have shed their leaves, but as soon as spring is coming on, you're gonna see the buds coming out and the beautiful cherry blossoms. And people pay lots of money to come to Japan during this season, just to experience this amazing transformation with cherry blossoms and stuff. It's a big thing here in Japan. And also during fall season, the foliage is just beautiful. The foliage is just beautiful, and I want to insert some pictures here just to show you what I'm talking about. When I tell you, it's just amazing to see. So it being an island, I can honestly say that I enjoy the fact that along with the serenity of it, I can definitely enjoy the different seasons. All right. Number five, guys, is dress code. Dress code. I love Japanese fashion. I love Japanese dress code. Now for me, I feel like I don't have the body for Japanese dress, all right? Because Japanese people, their frame is just cut. It's just cut in a very special way, if you get what I mean, right? But me, with all of my tires and my bumps and my lumps and a little bit of bulge and fat here and there and there, I feel like I don't look so right in the Japanese clothing. But can I tell you, I love it. I really, really love it. And one of the things I love most about the fashion is the modesty. It's the modesty. Like when you go into any stores, you're gonna see lots of just nice flowing dresses and lots of nice flowing skirts, and most of the things are like one size fit all. So unlike some other cultures, man, when they put on the clothes so tight, you wonder how even if it's a pants, you wonder how stop them breath. Because I hold the clothes tight. But here in Japan, yeah, you might have some people who wear that type of tight, especially for the guys. They most of the times they're in like tight jeans or tight slacks or something like that, and then tight suits. You know what I mean? But overall the fashion, it's just beautiful. It's amazing, and I just love it, and I love that the Japanese people just wear it so well. You have to every time I'm on the train or I'm just out and about, I'm always just impressed. And it could be the simplest dress, All right, it could be the simplest type of clothing. I just love it so much. And of course, you know, they have the traditional kimono here. I have not get dressed. I am yet to get dressed up in one of the kimonos, but hopefully soon my family and I will, you know, go to one of those special places and get dressed into the kimono before we leave here. I also want to point out the dress code for the students, right? My son is in pre-K, and I'm gonna insert a picture with him also. You can see his clothing. He wears a nice blazer. He wears a nice blazer with matching shorts, and many other school he wears a nice hat and stuff like that, right? Some of them wear their little bow ties. So I feel like from such a tender age, guys, they are being groomed. They are being groomed for this kind of a dress, and you know, just to teach them how dressing nicely is so important. And also, I want to point out that when I came here first, another thing that stood out to me was that it was very hard for me to tell the difference between like I'm gonna say a businessman, you know, like a banker, or somebody who works in you know, just a corporate environment overall, than like a security guard, if you get my drift, or a taxi driver. Right? Everybody is dressed so nicely, or even a delivery person, right? Someone buzzes the door, and when you go in, that person, and you are welcome with this nice suit. The person is a delivery person, right? So just the elegance and the amount of effort that is placed in dressing oneself and just looking good, right? When I'm on the train, I'm always looking at the guys. When I'm at the train station, I'm always looking at the guys in the morning. Man, when I tell you, they are so sharp in their suits. It's almost like the sharpness that is being displayed could almost cut you. So sharp from head to toe. I love it. I love it so much. So I like that. The taxi drivers, also the taxis are so clean, and it doesn't matter how old or primitive looking they are. Who remember Lada, when Lada come out in a Jamaica? You probably still have them shape cars in Jamaica. Not maybe not in Jamaica, but here in Japan, you still have those kind of a shapes. But when I tell you, when you go in there, it clean. You have to wonder if the taxi carry passengers. Just clean, and the taxi men just so nicely put together. Everybody, somebody who is directing traffic, right? Always just so nicely put together. All right. And then also, I didn't think about this one, but I can tie it into the culture about the mannerism of a Japanese people. The mannerism of a Japanese people. I learned that if I'm giving my business card, for example, you know how you just give somebody something like so. All right. You modestly give the person, most of the times, if you're giving money out of respect, right? You're paying, you know, you go to the supermarket or anywhere you have to deliver cash or your card. This is how you do it, like so, you know. Two hands. hands, and the person likewise will accept whatever you're giving them with 2 hands. And then of course you know that you take a nice bow out of showing respect and appreciation. All right. And I also found out that the deeper the bow is, or the lower you go, right, it represents an even more higher respect. All right. So it's living here in Japan it's just a wonderful experience for me. And I always tell my son, he's 10, but I always say to him, you know, this is an experience that nobody can take away from you. I am pretty sure that when you grow up, you know, you can tell your children about this. All right, when you go back to the States, you can tell your friends about this experience. So I am really, really thankful and grateful that I had the opportunity to come to Japan to live. And I don't think I would trade it for the world. As I said, not everything I can understand, and maybe not everything I can appreciate, maybe from a cultural different standpoint, but in general, you know, I really, really enjoy my time here in Japan, and I can respect the culture. So I do hope you like this video, guys. If you have watched this video to the end and you have not subscribed, please go ahead and touch that subscribe button, and also turn on the bell, guys, so you can be notified every time I upload a video. So as I said before, I am going to do another video explaining some of the things that I do not like about Japan, and I hope you can appreciate that video as well. So until the next video, guys, bye bye. Walk good. We know the virus is still raging, but please take care of yourself. Wash your hands, wear your mask. Just protect yourself when you're out and about, so that you can take care of your families. So until the next one, wanna walk good and big up on yourself. Bye.